Okay, right up front, I'm just going to apologize for the amount of times that I'm about to say Zack Snyder. I'm going to try to switch it up as much as I can, but this movie definitely starts and ends with his involvement, and I'm about to trash the shit out of it. So get ready for me to say Zack Snyder a lot.
Why not?
The first thing that I just have to address, after Rick and Morty have an entire episode, a brilliant episode, making fun of bank heist movies, how is anyone stupid enough to actually make a bank heist movie? It doesn't matter if it's a zombie bank heist movie, it still falls victim to every single cliche that Rick and Morty made fun of.
We are putting together a crew for a job.
Rick Sanchez, you son of a bitch! Need some people for a thing, Glar.
100%, I'm in, yeah.
You son of a bitch, I'm in!
So right off the bat, can't take the movie seriously because now it's hilarious. It's no longer an action zombie heist movie, it's now just a comedy. Now it's a joke. The movie fell into that trap of becoming a Rick and Morty joke. The overall plot of this movie is silly. An ex-military team and some random people get hired by a billionaire to break into a Vegas casino vault to grab $200 million. And Las Vegas has become quarantined because it's full of zombies. But this billionaire, he doesn't actually want that money. He just wants some blood from an alpha zombie. And apparently he's already sent in several military teams to try and get the money. Why not just pay one of these military teams to capture an alpha zombie or get its blood? Just you grab one, and you leave. You remember that opening scene where they're introducing all the main characters on this crazy rescue mission in Las Vegas, and there's just thousands of zombies everywhere? I think I would have rather seen that as the movie. The characters in general, pretty basic, not much character development. I don't think any of the actors actually did a bad job. I just don't care about any of the characters. The best example is the main character, Dave Bautista. His character's approached by this rich dude while he's, flipping burgers in a shitty diner. The rich dude is like, hey, you led this task force into the zombie zone to rescue this senator's daughter, and now you're... And Bautista's like, I know, flipping burgers. And then they just drop it. I don't know why Dave Bautista is flipping burgers now. He went from total badass to flipping burgers. No idea why. Doesn't matter. Zack Snyder says it doesn't matter. We have to do more slow motion on him flipping burgers and shit. Don't get me wrong. I like Dave Bautista. And you know what? I'll take him over The Rock any day. The thing is, his character is a fucking idiot. He doesn't question anything. Anything that he's told, he's just like, yeah, okay. He seems to be clueless why his daughter apparently hates him. He's a total pushover. Like, he assembled his team, okay? And then, 4 to 5 other people joined the team, and he didn't even hesitate. They're like, hey, I know you hired me to do this. I'm gonna bring in my 2 friends. Like the YouTube guy is like, oh, I'm gonna bring 2 of my friends. And Batista's like, yeah, okay. What the fuck is that? And then his daughter, his only child, is like, I'm coming in with you. I want to rescue this lady that I know. And she wants to go into Vegas with all the zombies and just look around for her. And yeah, at first he's like, no, why would you do that? And then she's like, but Dad. And then he's like, yeah, okay.
Why not?
I'm starting to understand here why Dave Bautista is a shitty father. He would rather risk his daughter's life than have her be mad at him. Also, that teammate of his that he hired, Maria Cruz, she's like straight up in love with him. And she's like, hey, Dave Bautista, I'm here because I love you. Maybe after this we can talk about it. Maybe we can, get together. And he's like, oh, wow, I didn't know. That's crazy. Yeah, let's think about it. I didn't know because I'm an idiot. And then zombies come in the room and proceed to turn her head 180 degrees. Oh, hey, I love you. I've been waiting to say that because I love you so much. Oh, that's cool. Let's try to work something out. Dead! I immediately laughed. And I laughed because it was abrupt. But mostly, I just don't care about the characters. The standard heist, we gotta get a team together scene.
That's my hell, Morty. I hate heists so much, and the crew assemblies are the worst part.
Oh, how are we gonna stop it?
With a little help from some old friends.
Just like Batista, we have no explanation why these people have shitty jobs now. If you're gonna take 45 minutes of the movie to set up your characters and set up your story, maybe develop your characters a little bit. One of the team members is a YouTuber, And everyone's okay with that? He brings 2 other people, one of them wusses out, and everyone's still okay with it. Before I keep going, let me just really quick say what I actually like about the movie. I thought the entire sequence of getting into the vault and these 2 dudes, their development between their friendship was great. Watching these 2 in this situation, developing that friendship was funny and genuine and enjoyable. And that whole situation wraps up with the vault guy saving the other guy by closing him in the vault. And somehow, that other guy gets out of the vault. We don't know how. He gets out of the vault with no explanation in the basement of a casino that is buried by the rubble of that casino. Zack Snyder.
Why not?
I also like the tiger zombie, specifically when he killed the douche that double-crossed everybody. Saw it coming. The manner in which that douche died was unnecessarily brutal, and I was all for it. That's it. That's everything I liked in the movie. Everything else was very mediocre or something I've already seen before. And that's because this movie was written by Zack Snyder. Uh-oh! Zack Snyder wrote another movie. Uh-oh! Every time this dude tries to write something, the movie turns out shitty. This dude is a visual genius, but he's terrible at writing story and characters. And that leads to this long, somehow boring zombie movie that rips off of a lot of other movies. And that led me to think, like, does he know he's ripping off other movies? Does he even watch other movies? He gets an idea and he's like, oh, that'd be cool, my zombie movie. And it's like, dude, it's been done in a better movie. He's either totally ripping shit off or he's way late to the game. He even said in an interview he wants to take all these zombie tropes and stack them on top of each other to make the ultimate zombie movie. That doesn't mean you gotta rip everything off, dude. There are scenes in this movie that are stolen from other movies. Remember when they're in the casino and there's all the sleeping creatures? Hello, have you ever seen I Am Legend? And then where the people are sneaking through, the zombies trying not to wake them up? That's from Silent Hill, dude. I see you doing it, Zack. For the record, Silent Hill is awesome. I would argue the best video game movie ever made. Go watch it. These fast evolved zombies that he created for this movie. Have you ever seen Zombieland 2? Come on, man. An alpha zombie that is smarter than the rest of the zombies that builds an army. Ever heard of Land of the Dead from 2005 created by George A. Romero? Get the fuck out of here with that. I'm gonna show you guys shit you've never seen. You know what? I've seen it. I've seen it. He thinks he's being original, but he's not, and it's bullshit. Oh yeah, and that alpha zombie that created a zombie army in Land of the Dead, that zombie figured out how to use a gun. That's long-range weapons, Zack. Your zombies don't know how to use long-range weapons, you fucking idiot. While we're on the topic of zombies, why aren't there more zombies in this? All they've got is like 50 alpha zombies. The opening scene, there's thousands and thousands of zombies in Las Vegas. It's like all of Las Vegas is zombies, and that's an actual threat. And then, you know, they bomb the shit out of them, and then they're just not a threat anymore, I guess. Or just gonna take that threat, remove it, replace it with 50 alpha zombies.
Why not?
Yeah, there might be less zombies, but they're faster and they can kind of fight. Okay. So, you know that queen zombie? Eventually they chop her head off. What was the point of showing that she was pregnant? The number one zombie, the king zombie, he finds her body with no head, takes it to his 50 alpha zombies, and then he scoops a fetus out of her belly. And then he's mad about it. That doesn't have any significance to the movie. It's weird, dude. You remember Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, which is a way better movie than this, by the way. Dawn of the Dead also had a zombie baby. Why does Zack think that zombie babies are cool? He just keeps putting zombie babies in his movies. It's not cool, dude. It's stupid and gross. When they first enter the barricade as a team, the coyote lady is leading them because she's the smuggler into Las Vegas. I love that she's like, I know everything there is to know about zombies. And then I swear every time they ask her a question about zombies, she's like, I don't know. They just do that. And when they first get in there, she busts a cap in Theo's leg to offer him up as a sacrifice to the alpha zombies to provide safe passage for them. She offers a sacrifice to get safe passage through Las Vegas. Why?
Why not?
This is a covert military team. They could just sneak into the fucking casino. Don't let the zombies know you're there. Be smarter. I get it though, that was their stupid way of introducing the queen zombie. You know in the beginning when they introduce Omari Hardwick and he's got that enormous saw? They introduce him with a saw. They use the saw as a joke. He carries it in and then he never uses it. Later on in the movie, they use it to cut the lock of a gate open. I discussed this a little bit in my Justice League video. Zack Snyder and his music choices. If you do a cover song of anything and play it slow, chances are it'll end up in a Zack Snyder movie eventually. Can't resist acoustic cover songs. Another thing, Snyder's starting to fall down into that Michael Bay joke territory. And that's not good. When the jokes suck in this, the jokes really suck. There's that easy peasy joke like 20 minutes in, that was really dumb. It's like this weird failed attempt to make fun of cancel culture, and it just turns out awkward. It's just awkward after that. Clip it, cut it out. Usually Zack is known for his fantastic visuals, you know? And yes, they are in this. But unfortunately, Mr. Snyder discovered this new camera with this new lens that he became obsessed with. And it provides these shots where everything is out of focus except for the subject that's right in front of the lens. There's way too much of this movie that is totally out of focus. That's unnecessary. If I'm watching a movie, I would like to see it. No joke. Or no cap. Is that what they say these days? There is so much more of this movie that I could complain about, but I would literally be going like scene by scene by scene because the whole movie sucks. I had to watch it a second time because I doubted myself so much, just to make sure that I wasn't wrong about how terrible it is. And guys, that second viewing for me was grueling. And I think the main factor that we can just chalk it all up to is the bad writing. There's all these ideas floating around in this movie, and nothing ties them together to bring it home in the end. It feels like this hollow, incomplete story that somehow is 2.5 hours long. There's just so many gaps in logic that don't lead to a narrative conclusion. And honestly, it drove me nuts. Here's a good example. The entire reason that Dave Bautista's daughter goes into Las Vegas was to go find her friend that went into Las Vegas to look for money so she could pay her way out of quarantine. So this friend in Vegas gets captured by zombies and they take her to a hotel room. They just hold her in a hotel room. There's no explanation for it. She's not turned into a zombie or anything like that. They just hold her there waiting to be rescued. And then somehow the people that survive get there and she's rescued. And they get her in the helicopter and we see her in the helicopter. And Bautista's fighting the zombie and the nuclear bomb's going off. And we see her reacting to all this. And then the helicopter crashes and nothing. We don't see what happens to that character. We don't see her die, we don't see her live, and we don't see anything else reference her later on. That character's storyline becomes a dud, which makes Dave Bautista's daughter's story arc become meaningless. The whole reason she went in there was to save her friend, and it leads to nothing. It's just this incredibly sloppy writing, and that's just one example. You see it throughout the whole movie. And unfortunately, it was just too much for me to ignore. This movie's not made well enough for me to turn off my brain and just enjoy it. There's too much stupid shit that doesn't make sense, and that leads me to consistently question the movie. It was not a fun experience, and I think it's a waste of 2.5 hours. I do not like this movie. And I'll leave it at that. Didn't like it. Okay? See ya! Subscribe!
Why not?
So good, all right. Well, let's hear about this heist movie. So it's kind of all built around this big crew with like a cool double cross and then this big awesome twist where there's like another double cross, but then but then we reveal those things were all part of the hero's plan, you know, and there's this other crew they put together and their plan is to sort of not have a plan, but that was part of the other guy's plan. And man, you know, I'm starting to think heists are just really dumb now, you know?
Why not?